can hear me. We've got the new Bluetooth headphones. But I'm just gonna get on here and do an update on some things. We've been, man, oh my gosh, I just keep taking breaths, man. I am so, just at the end, man. That stamina tank is for sure at its max. It's been we've been working 10s in the cold. Granted, our shop's got better heat now, so that's not so much an issue. But, yeah, man, long hours, but, you know, no rest for the weary, right? no stop from us. So, I don't even really know where to start, so we'll start with what comes to Joe's mind first. And obviously that is Max Velocity and Evan Freiberger. And I have a few, I know one other, guess we're going to consider a media outlets kind of sort of now for chasers that are starting to, you know, come up and that are about the craft because they can actually prove it. Well, we can now prove it too. So, we are going to be consulting Max Velocity and Evan Freiberger, and yeah, see when we can put a trial live out there, see if they like it, and yeah, that should be pretty cool. I usually try and stay away from that kind of stuff because I try to, hey, can you guys hear me? We're going to do that first before we continue talking. Can you guys hear me? Somebody in the chat, let me know if you guys can hear me. How did that go? Sorry. Eventually we'll quit doing stuff like that too. Yeah, we can hear. Got those new Bluetooth headphones. Should sound actually really crisp. And they are made for that. And so are the other ones. We actually got 2 pair. These are the Anchor Sound Cores. And they are a beast. I'm going to be jamming out at work. People would be going nuts, fighting everything else, and I don't even know what's going on. Just a level head forward for the team chat. That's all we're focused on now. So, if I had to put out a number, I would say there's a 65 to 70% chance that we are going to wind up on Max Velocity's live stream this year. All the professionalism, just where Joe tries to try a little bit harder at what he says online. Alan, Denny, and I, we all joke about it. As we all know damn well, we are not cut for a Team Dominator live stream, okay, you guys? We are way too feral for that. But we also joke about the fact that we know it's eventually got to come to a stop. So that's probably now. We're gonna start showing old maps a little bit different, because obviously with me, you know, I'm in the bike in the middle of the woods, getting people off trails, getting people in tents to, you know, bathrooms. We've seen some wild shiznit these last few years, and this is not a shot at all. Hold up. But these guys here, if it's not emergical, they're not coming to get you, bro. if it's not emergical, the DNR will think about coming and getting you. I know that because I got my car stuck out in Ortonville State Rec area. Was with one of my exes, and we were out there in the car just driving around. I was actually out there checking on a camping spot. What do you know? Even way back when, I was like, dude, I was still like, God, like, probably 24, 25, like, I was like over 10 years ago. But I've been going out to the Ortonville State Rec area. Place is wild. Like, literally, there's badger out there. A lot of people argue that. They are out there. This year, we plan on getting, you'll probably use your blinker next time. That dude, I seen it too as soon as I turned the corner back there. The roads are very icy still, so don't be trying to be too close to somebody, because somebody like him might just turn the corner and go from like 50 to like 15. Dude had to swerve out in the middle of that median. But yeah, anyways, it is very likely sooner or later this year we're going to start being on Max Velocity's live streams. Need everybody around here that is in our team to, I mean, we really don't have anything to like per se tighten down, but you know, just watch your P's and Q's. I think swearing's probably our vulgar language chat. Oh my God. Hell to the no. Now we gotta make it. You know, gotta make it happen too. Whether we like it or not. So that's where we're at with all that. Apart from some bad language, we're pretty much set. You know, obviously everybody's going crazy over the hype this, hype that, don't hype, pro hype, this hype, that hype, my hype. Like, bruh. My hype in my brain. It's the real problem. AKA mainstream storm chasers. Just be like, dude, when it comes to the GFS gremlins, look, bruh, this is how we move, right? I mean, it's just so crazy looking at these people with like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of thousands of people. I mean, they act so stupid. They look so stupid. You know? And then you get the people that try and sound smart, and they ain't. Like, you know, if we see something, we see it. You know, we see this stuff right now. We see a squall. We're going to do a hazcam testing Monday morning, possibly. Everything's always possibly. Everything. Even like the amount of lightning that may be in the storm. Or the amount of wind. Everything's just always a big maybe. And I think it's funny, all these mainstream chasers, they try and they bash chasing clout to make themselves look good, and then get all these likes because everybody's like, oh yeah, I vibed that, yeah, good job. And then it's like, bro, you're literally bitching about people that are chasing clout, but in reality, the only reason why you're posting that shit is so that people can think that you're more right than everybody else, you fucker. What an idiot. We just see it, you know, we believe it, don't believe it. Colin, He's a little bit more in depth. Me and Denny, we go crazy. Alan, he can slide both ways on it like that. Like, some days he believes it, some days he don't. Me and Denny, or Denny and I, you know, we always want the craziest stuff that we can get. With, obviously, the factor of, you know, we don't want loss of life. That's all this is. Like Steven is always trying to, you know, business. And it's like, bro, this is not a competition. And the day that the state police hear you trying to compete is going to be the day you don't get to compete either, because they're not listening to this shit either. Like, it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, and there is a fucking way that you act. I don't care if people don't like me for saying that on the internet or not. You know, I'm sick of people lying. You know, or people use mass numbers just so they can tweak a little bit of the truth. Like, bruh. But, we talk about it and stuff, like, and I get, and it's cool because, like, our admins, like, we're like a family. We act and move like a family. I get, like, Colin will be like, well, I don't think you're right, Joe. I think he's going to do this. And he'll show his proof, and he'll be like, nah, bro. You don't even know, man. And I'll be like, yo, well, look at this. And then, we engage like that, So everything's always possible, you guys. I'm just saying. Because I know everybody's been asking me about, like, hey, what do you think about all the hype casting and the hype and the hype and the hype? You know what I think? I think it's funny that they complain about hype, but in reality, they're still trying to get all those likes and all those clicks because they want people to think that they're the ones that are right and they're the ones that are really actually standing for what, the Storm Chase Brotherhood and Sisterhood is supposed to. If you're really about it, you shut your stupid ass mouth and you just move, son. That's the reality. And nothing braggadocious at all. But I don't hear anybody saying that. Even the biggest chat names ain't even said that. Everybody's trying to take a side. And it's like, bro, can't y'all motherfuckers just roll in the middle, bro? This is not a competition. That's why the National Chaser Summit, everybody keeps going after Ian and, what's that other kid? Corey Haslett or Haskett or whatever the hell his name is. I mean, Matthew Rapp. I mean, dude, they're not lying, bro. Do you know what your, like, firefighters think? Firefighter of the national championship for the best firefighter. Like, really? Best? Oh, my bad. We've got a best nowadays, chat. Holy fuck. Look out. It's too bad you don't do any better or any worse than anybody else that really just simply, respects the brotherhood and sisterhood of chasing. It's too bad that we're not, all the same, because I get slammed all the time for, oh, you're doxing. Hey, bruh, you know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. I think you might be watching. No, Curtis Brooks, it's not you. Or Angie. But, and I'm not, I've had even my family's been like, dude, you gotta quit bashing people. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I'll take my L's, but my L's are like, they're voluntary. There's not an L that I'm willing to take that doesn't have a benefit on my end, like that. I'm not standing for that. What's your damn mind? Absolutely not. I feel, and I still may not do anything with max velocity. Pave your own path, make your own legend. But, on the flip side of that, we're here to show other people that, hey, this is coming around in your area here soon. And it's about how you move. Now, how everybody else moves, don't nobody give a shit about nobody else but you. As long as you worry about you staying true to the craft and the collar of storm chasing, then you will be fine. And you don't have to worry about nothing. I have a hard time thinking that because I don't want to sign any goddamn line if I don't have to. Thank you very much. If I can do this all on my own, all by myself, and make my own. That dude almost got hit. Hey, bud, you like paying attention? Whoa. Dude, that dude literally almost got hit on our life. What are you doing? Holy smokes, that lady, she was texting or something, dude. That was inches. Wake up. Oh. That was even closer than maybe I've been. And I've been pretty close on my bike. Man. For real, that was probably under a foot because he had to jump when he gave her the hands. And that's real shitty because I believe he's one of our Holly cops that lives over there in those apartments. I believe that's our night shift guy. Y'all gonna find out the wrong way. They keep telling you in the Facebook, you know, Holly Facebook, pay attention to while you're driving. Here it is, here. That is him. That's our nighttime. He's like a reserve officer. He only, I think, works like part-time, but man, running over a cop, that would have been hard to argue with a judge. Anyways. So, we have made our mind that yes, we will go with Max Velocity and Evan Freiberger. Because, you know, a lot of the times when I'm out clearing trails when these big systems come in and, you know, when campgrounds are packed, man, that's I'm not gonna lie, man, it takes a certain kind of dude, man, to go hang out with campers. When you get like 80-mile-an-hour wind, you ever been in the middle of a Boy Scout camp? And then, you know, you got 80-mile-an-hour winds that hit, tons of cloud-to-ground lightning, people, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of people frantically on the trails trying to get out, getting lost. You know, women with kids, strollers, babies. I've had to protect infants just because they got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. You got to hold the baby's ears because all the CG coming down is just too loud for them kids, bro. There's no lie. So, we do, you know, go out and, you know, with, well, it won't be Steven this year, obviously. He tried to rob us, all our stuff, and take it and go make his own group, so he could be successful with my stuff that I pay you for. That's not how that works. So, it'll be likely Alan, and then there's some other people, because, I mean, you know, we do go out and we get our own stuff, just me, you know, but on the days that we're not out in a vehicle, we go out on the rescue bike, Forest Service rescue bike, and we do live streams from a bike. And you know, throughout the 12 years that I've done this, bro, I've intercepted 7 tornadoes on a mountain bike. I know that sounds goofy, but it's a rescue bike, and intercepting funnel clouds and watching them almost touch down while you're looking over a campground with little kids is real shit, dog. And you want to talk about, you know, puckering up, son? Shit. We were cracking up when I was talking to Colin about it. We were just dying. Because, like, dude, no cap. Like, I've been in some crazy scenes where I'm live and I'm on a trail with the 80-mile-an-hour winds because I didn't get out and quick enough. And now we got to stay live and lay flat with these kids, or, you know, a dude and, you know, his wife that just got lost. They took the wrong turn and the cell was right there and they couldn't get out. And Mother Nature don't discriminate, dog. It don't stop for you just because you want it to. Mother Nature does what she wants. She gonna keep going, bro. And if you're in a bad spot because you're on a trail, that just sucks, son. And that's where I come and get your ass. A lot of really dirt, like, you know, the country roads around here. Police don't go get you. I do. Because that bike with studded tires, like, you guys gotta remember, these bikes are not, they're not what you think they are. This thing, well, mine, it's a partial carbon. I don't want a full carbon because that's how you hydroplane on snow. So ours is about as light as we can get it at, like, 16 pounds. And no battery. I've gotten that bike up to 47.3 miles an hour down the other side of Fish Lake Road towards Grand Blanc. Speed limit's 25. You know, these bikes, they're not what they used to be. So when you put studded tires, oftentimes we're the only ones, unless if the DNR have four-wheelers available, they're the only ones that are coming to get you, and us. For real. You know, it's just not a way that you would think, but man, dude, what a great Western idea. You know, shout out to my Western people. We strike again, son. Yeah, man, I would have loved to have one of these snow bikes when I was a kid. I mean, like, this stuff here, no, you start walking in that, it's like 8 inches. Not even there. It's not even there. I'm actually better off riding to work. It's just been too cold. I don't have the thermal face mask no more. The batteries died out in it and they just won't recharge because we've used it so many times. So I just got these little masks nowadays, this little cloth mask. I actually need to take this one off because it's got condensation. It's froze from talking to Colin. But yeah, dude, we're going to be showing people at max velocity, possibly, hopefully. I think it'd be cool, dude. I think it'd be funny as hell to see, like, somebody that's, like, you know, bigger in the game or something, like Vince or Brandon Kopic or something, like, see somebody go and clear a trail out before, you know, mesocyclone of the year passes overhead, wall cloud and all, over a campground from a mountain bike's perspective. And we also have the drone, too. So, I mean, we get some crazy looks, man. Like, dude, I'm telling you now, it's scary shit. Like, it can be real scary shit. You know? Extremely. Like, I try not to get stuck in bad situations, but like that one in Lake Orion, man. Yeah, dude, we don't try to, we don't try and do all that very often. But yeah, so we'll be hopefully doing all that, which everybody that's been around has, you know, they know, like, what we're doing, like personal friends, like Colin knows, Denny knows, Alan knows, my girlfriend knows, Liz knows, you know, there's a lot of people that do know, but I try to keep everything a surprise, because I want to show, like, people, like, you know, like step by step by step by step, like improvement. And yeah, we're actually starting to really get noticed. We're really starting to get you know, a lot of eyes and stuff. Because I mean, like I said, it's a mountain bike, dude. Like it is kind of funny. But you know, we get some really cool looks. We get some cool live streams, and you know, we serve an amazing purpose. Because the DNR, they don't go out and get you. We do. And we're the only ones that do. If I can drag the DNR with, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. They have their own protocol. That's why I try to stay independent. I don't have a protocol. My protocol is my protocol. Like, whatever I think and say protocol. It's not like that with them. They have rules and statutes and more rules and... Bro, I ain't trying to deal with all that crazy shit. You watch your damn mind. So I try and just keep a really, really structured team. Our group is private. Dude, we only got 428 people, bro. These people laugh at us. And then they see all the great pictures, and you know what they say? They go, oh, that's AI. I was telling my mom and dad that. Because we got a photography book today. And, yeah, I'm going to be doing a separate live on that. Show you guys a little book we got. We got a Project Mezzo book today. It was actually a Christmas present from my parents. And yeah, man, like... Did I ever want to do this, you know, like while it was going on? Well, duh, obviously. But I never really thought, like, we'd actually be doing this, bro. Like, dude. And we do have a name for the patent. Obviously, anybody like Curtis Brooks is watching, or, you know, any of the actual chasers that go out and get stuff. We chase, but I patented a mountain bike that is meant for the Forest Service, and the Coast Guard has interest as well. I've invented pretty much a mountain bike that can fight fires. And so obviously with the pump and stuff, we deal with a lot of like de-flooding, we clear trails, we drone storms. So then I kind of started storm chasing because of all that. And then we yeah, people were like, dude, you're actually storm chasing from a mountain bike. Like, that's really crazy. And now that we have a better phone and we have a better camera, our lives are going to be like ridiculous this year. They're going to be absolutely incredible. And because our lives with just our you know, starting out stuff they were pretty cool, man, and a lot of people liked it, a lot of people appreciated it. The people at the Weather Service were like, damn, it's just a real cool thing to be doing and going through, and it's just a cool life experience. I'm glad I did all this, and it's even cooler because we're not just, you know, and I don't mean to say it like this, I really shouldn't say stuff like this, but we're not just another storm chaser. You know what I mean? Like, we got some swaggy flow, chat. We got swaggy flow. There ain't nobody out here riding no damn mountain bike through blizzards. Are you kidding? And then, not only that, we go take a hot tent with a stove and go camp in it and give live weather reports. Steady. You know what I mean? We're not in a hotel somewhere. You know, we're not doing the rub your hands together and, oh, it's cold, man. And then you go on Facebook and say, you know, what kind of big storm chaser you are. You can't be doing all that if you're, you know, you're on there telling everybody you're this big chaser. You got to handle the cold, sissy. You know, and I know that sounds like really like arrogant, but I'm being serious, dude. All my storm chaser friends, it's a thing that we be correcting for real. They be sitting there, oh yeah, man, we're storm chasing, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing our lives, we're talking like this now, man. talk like this now, man. And then you get on Facebook and you type your stupid shit about, man, I can't wait for summer, man. It's so cold. I'm so sick of all this snow. What did you say? I'm sick of all this snow. I can't take it anymore. Come again? So, I always take that and I go back to my team members and I say, Colin, Denny, Alan, even Liz, my girlfriend, like this right here, don't do this. Do not let me catch you doing this on the live streams. We don't stand for that. That's sissy shit. You can't be a sissy and be a storm chaser. You can't. It doesn't mix. We come across dead people all the time. We ain't got time for sissy shit. And again, I know that sounds very arrogant. Believe me, I hear it from my family all the time. But, I'm taking a stand for this, bro. I'm sick of everybody being so weak and soft and half in and half out. Like, take a stand for something, dog. Who cares if people think it's a little too much or maybe a little too forward? At least you believe in your own beliefs. You're lucky you didn't hit me, bro. Straight up. Like that idiot right there. That was inches. Pay attention. Fucking criminy. Anyways. Don't let these GFS gremlins push your ass around. And then, like I was telling one of the other mainstream chasers, I won't say his name, we were just having a damn blast with all this. And he was just cracking up. And it is funny. These guys say, oh, the clicks and the hype and the this and the that. And look at you guys. Look at you goofy ass fools. You went out and chased it, didn't you? Uh-huh. Swear, man. Like, it's hard not to swear about all of this, man. Just keep composure and good language so you don't get canceled and banned and all this and that. People telling me, stop bashing them. Like, God. I can't help it, I guess, I'm over here trying to be a real motherfucker with this shit, not be fake and be cat. Damn. But the language, like swearing, like all that, like what I was just doing, really does need to stop. So, this will probably be one of our last unpleasant streams. And besides that, once we start chasing and we really start, like, getting moving and all this and that, I don't really pay attention. But I'm busy doing other stuff, actual chaser stuff. Like the fact that there's 3,000 people at a campground tonight and we've got a high risk. I got real people problems to worry about. The only reason why I'm bitching about it now is because I ain't doing nothing and I just see it and it's, it's just, taking a stand for not being wrong. I thought that was so funny, man. Everybody, oh my god, everybody. Like even Vince, like, dude, stop doing that. And then it was crazy, because even he, a day and a half later, I posted it. And I'm not trying to get Vince's attention. I don't want Vince's negative attention. And, Vince is right about a lot of the stuff he's talking about to you guys. I mean, he ain't wrong. He's just about as tired of it as I am. Really for the same reason. But, dude, don't be bitching about the GFS and then go a day later post the GFS. And then, not only that, but if you're at that kind of level, bruh, you hanging out with the dudes that are making the damn GFS to begin with. Shut your funky ass mouth. Like, bro. And I'm not trying to sound like a belligerent loudmouth, but again, goddamn. Take a stand for something. Y'all say you got all this pride. I don't see it. Yeah, hanging on a flagpole somewhere, and that's not a shot. I'm being dead serious. You know, there's a lot of gay storm chasers too. They ain't doing all this. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, miss.
Oh, you're good.
But, like, yeah, you guys, like, you know, damn. You know, I'm just saying. That's what I try to preach, you know? And, you know, if I'm gonna do this, we're gonna all do it right, you know? And I'm not saying we're gonna be like Steven with his gazillion different rules, but, you know, like, there's just things you do, and there's things you don't do. So, you know, we just take a stand for shit over here. Stuff. But alright. Moving off all that. We are watching a squall line, possibly, again, like with this. On the GFS, we see a possible squall. Now, nobody knows it could die before it even gets here. But we think it's cool when you see those big, huge flakes coming down and visibility's at like 0. You know, we think it's really pretty. So we're anticipating that the squall line Monday morning will hold. There's a possibility because there's a lot of dry air on this part of the state. It's not going to last. Might just be a little snow. We might pick up half an inch, and you know, that'll be it. But there's also another side of it where, you know, it could be heavy and it could stay heavy for, it looks like just a very thin small. It's a very thin, dark navy blue little swath that moves through, so. It isn't like it's, you know, a big system. But, just like with that, we do see, however, looks like anywhere maybe between the 9th and the 11th. We thought maybe 10th to 12th. This thing might be here a little bit earlier. GFS shows that there might be another big snowstorm coming this way. Might see some ice down in the Detroit area. Could be a okay-ish amount. Obviously, we don't want any ice in Detroit because that means, you know, car accidents and a lot of deaths and etc., etc. But, you know, we see it. We keeping, you know, eye on shit, and you know, if it happens, we'll be out in it. If not, you know, depends. We still might be out in it. You know, it's crazy how the Storm Chaser game works, because, like, you know, it's about lives. Check it out, though. Even if the roads look like that, usually we're out in it. Looks a little slick to you, don't it? Like, it's about what you want to do for your community, bro. It could be sunny as all get out, like it's been, but it's been frigid. What have we been doing? Monitoring the country roads, because the salt's not working at all. And, you know, those country roads out there, like, you know, you might think it sounds weird, but that studded snow bike, it's one of the only things that's getting anywhere out there. You damn near need a freaking horse or a dog sled to get anywhere besides a four-wheeler and a snowmobile. But I seen a dude on a four-wheeler trying to get out of a ditch because he spun out on his four-wheeler with chains. They were thin chains, they weren't the big trunkers, but yeah, I thought it was astronomical. No counting, no nothing. You know, forget about the big road graders we got. Nah, let's leave that ice there. Like, it's we can holler at the road commission and have them go out and, I mean, it's a hydraulic blade. It's not what the dump trucks have. So, but until then, we'll continue to go out and get people. And, yeah. That's about the end of all that. As far as like the you know, country roads go around here. So I know we've got some locals that they have messaged, and they were like, is anybody gonna come out here? Like, should we just send like the Case IH down there? Like, I mean, we'll do it, you know, like the Amish are already out there to start, you know, bringing their oxes. A freaking plow, bro. Hell no. They are though. It's very icy out there, and so yeah. But yeah, we see something maybe Monday. And then we see another system, maybe, you know, and again, maybe, you know, like, I'm trying to ice all the craziness, because, you know, we do stand for stuff. Obviously, I need to start watching my mouth. Obviously, today's live stream, you know, a little cuss word filled. It'll be one of the last, believe in it. We're going to have to not do that so much anymore, which is alright. I only do it because I can. Like, bro, there's only 400 people over here. Ain't nobody out here trying to, like that right there, you know, just out here talking to you guys. These people are pointing and laughing at us like weirdos. Anyways, but yeah, like, once we start doing stuff with like max velocity and, you know, stuff like that, we'll start, you know, watching our mouths. I've already told Denny, Allen, Colin, everybody, obviously, don't talk to Liz too much. She's very busy, you know, mom and, you know, this and that. Plus, she's, you know, really just waiting for, you know, summer storms and stuff like that. Yeah, I told everybody, you know, we're going to have to eventually, you know, make sure that, you know, we watch our mouths. Plus, my girlfriend's always, like, you know, telling me stuff that, you know, should and shouldn't do. Which is, you know, good. Like, you know, I want people to be like that. You know, that's just how we're going to be able to grow, you know. One of my big sayings ever, and a lot of you guys have heard it, but, like, there is no success without failure. The more failure you have and the more failure that you're, like, allowed to overcome, you know, the better off you may, you know, be in life. And, yeah. So, but, like I said, you know, there's only, like, 400, I think we're at, like, 428 people. And half of those are locals, and then, you know, I was looking through it, like a month ago. They're all added by Steven. I think that is so funny. Most of these people that are over here, they all know Steven Sadler. Sadler. The dude that tried to rob everything because he got a year of help and thought that he just had it made. I'm gonna make that move, chat. I'm gonna make that move. Come on, Pete. Come on, Fred. Come on, Mike Haskins. Come on, you guys. Let's go over here. Let's take all Joe's pictures and video. Go make our team. And then Pete when shout out to Pete for, you know, being, you know, half a decent dude. You know, Steven never even told Pete that any of that had even happened. David Cook found out through our live stream on YouTube and sent it to Pete. And Pete was very mad at Steven after. That was like probably a month after we had like, you know, ended ties and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, Pete was pissed. Steven never even told him, bro. He never even told him, dude. It's like, what a chump. Bruh. You're gonna go screw somebody over, and then you're on this little greedy high-rise in your head, and then you think that you can go take advantage of another person that's helping you out, like, and now Steven's just on his own, hanging by a thread. You know, hanging by a thread, literally, because he screws Pete over. Pete will get rid of him too, just like we did. It's crazy. I've never experienced that, like, you know, when I just stay in a small town, I work at a welding shop, got, you know, my amazing girlfriend, we hang out, we just, I don't know, chill to ourselves people, you know. If drama comes our way, we just handle it on site, and it's like, quick work, chat, quick work with the drama, you know, and now we're, you know, doing this big mainstream storm chase team, and, you learn a lot of interesting things, you come across a lot of interesting people, and, yeah, it's just something really cool that, you know, I'm glad I did, and, you know, it all starts from, you know, the bike and the Forest Service, and, you know, now Coast Guard interest, which is really cool, because I've always liked the Coast Guard. I think they're badasses, like, to the bone, like, you know, jumping out in the water like that, dude, that's crazy. Sharks and everything. Saving people off sinking ships and big, huge storms, like, bro, you know, but yeah. So, just a couple little tidbits for you guys, couple little upgrade info. We did try to go fix Nimbus 1. The guy in Fenton was not able to fix our drone. I'm going to have to probably buy another drone. The original drone, which is a Potensic 2, we're not going to be able to use that because the wind is only rated for like 30 miles an hour, bro. That is a no-go. That's like a Palm Sunset, and I can use that. And not only does it not have the wind resistance, but I need to upgrade to a higher SIM card. We have a 64 and we need a 320. So, hello. Yeah, so yeah, I kept like flying it, and I was like trying to record, and only record like a minute and a half, and I'm like, am I missing something here? And then I looked up, I was like, I'm gonna do one last thing, and I'm gonna look up the SIM card, and I was like, bro, we need like 300 more megabytes for this thing, and not only that, but it takes like 3 hours to save a 1 minute video on my phone, because my phone's like, trying to process, you know, this 8K on a teeny tiny little SIM card. That's crazy. So I think this is going to go on Facebook, because we can't have anything that's just like calm and, you know, for like 30 mile an hour winds. The hell are we going to do with that? So we need to probably just go out and buy another Potensic Atom. And yeah, hopefully that Potensic Atom will be, you know, good enough in the field, man. Yeah, 30 miles an hour. Yeah, dude, I was flying it the other day, and bro, I couldn't even land it. And I was like, oh shit, dude. Shiznit, sorry. But yeah, no, dude, like we can't be doing all that, and absolutely not. So we need to go get a new Potensic Atom, but it's winter. Like, do we really need it? I mean, yeah, it's cool for the sunsets, but I can sneak around here and get little shots of the sunset with my high powerful phone that we have now. So you see how we're kind of like, we're starting to like tweak the edges kind of a little bit. You know, we're perfecting things. And yeah, we actually might be in store for one as we speak. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a big cloud break. Make sure there's no cars. There it is. Blue sky, chat. And it will be sunny and warmer tomorrow. Our cold air is almost gone, you guys. And yeah. And after that, I think we've got a little bit more of cold weather. And then after that, man, we're done with the cold weather scene, dude. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to get on here and talk and, you know, address a few things like, you know, all my admins and stuff, they know about the DFS gremlins and how we don't like that. Like, you know, just see it, you know, watch it. Like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Like, you know, just monitoring it. And then when you go and you say, you know, well, all these, you know, it's too early and, you know, while all these groups are posting it, like, hey, bro, do you think maybe we get, like, we're excited, like, yeah, you know, big cells, man, let's go. We get that, you know, we get that heart, that fire, you know. It's very odd. The more that I do this, I see that a lot of the people that are, like, always posting their opinions, they ain't never got that swagger. Weird. Very, very strange, chat. Very strange. I will add that. It's very strange. But, yeah. We leave other people alone. You know, we don't go start nothing. But as far as anybody on my team, they'll be doing dumbass shit like that. Especially when you go hang out with the weather people that made the damn GFS to begin with. Like, that is so crazy. Like, damn. You look so smart, bro. But yeah, apart from that, then we're watching a squall. We'll go do a hazcam testing. We'll put the arm up and put the phone and the camera on the wand and put the wand all the way up on the micro pumper, and we'll see what it looks like, that big swell coming in from, like, you know, 30 foot off the ground, and that'll serve as our hazcam. Hopefully we can get some wind with it. That'll be really cool. And then we see 9th through the 12th. You guys already know how that goes. If I gotta work, you know, 10s and then clock out and go home and go to sleep and then wake up 3 hours later to go get it, you know, and go do a trail stream or something, we will do that. We gotta put in that work, bro. And then go do another 10 right after, you know, full of piss and vinegar and everything else, and then come home and just crash. And then, you know, repeat if we have to, man. I've got a stamina tank like you wouldn't believe, bro. Like, and we're talking, like, dude, when we go out on that rescue bike, dude, we do like 20-30 miles in sub-zero. Like, it's no joke. I mean, you can't call me a liar because it's on the internet. Date's right there. You can look it up, bud. Google. You know what I'm saying? Google. You know. And yeah, we'll go get it if we have to, and, you know, push, you know, vehicles out or sit there with a shovel and dig them out. That's just our stuff's like telescopic, and it fits on the back of a bag, and we've got a snow bike that can do 40 miles an hour. I mean, even if you're in a big dually, you're not doing like 35, 40 down them backcountry roads. I can promise you that. So, believe it or not, the rescue bike actually has a lot of perks, man. The rescue bike's got a lot of perks. It's just, can you handle it or not? Are you tough enough to do it? And, you know, nothing braggadocious, but I would be the dude, chat. I would be the dude. And then when spring comes around and we start getting storms, man, we'll be clearing trails every time. Last year we were not doing it every time. We were, you know, riding with Steven and, you know, going to Missouri. Well, we'll be doing that, but we'll be protecting the forest and stuff like that, because we have a really big sponsor hanging above our heads right now, and they want to see how we operate from a bike, not from a vehicle. That's what everybody else does. They want to see that. They want to see the bike, which is so cool, you know. And yeah, so far, like, they've been amazed. I've actually had Denver Fire was in a couple live streams ago, and they were like, dude, that is crazy, bro. And it was cool to, you know, have those guys on there and be like, showing them that there's a dude out there who's like doing it like this. And there's a lot of people that want us to go out and try out for their fire department. There's a lot of fire departments that want us. I'm just trying to see, you know, which ones we can get to come out. And it's not only that, then you got fire departments in other countries, and we've snagged up 19 of them. Don't believe me? Ask Garnet if he's in the chat. He's from Ghana, Cape Coast, Ghana, and they want me to, like, live there, like, now. Like, yesterday, now. Like, me and my girlfriend pack our shit, adios amigos, and to the tropics we go. But I'm not financially ready like that, and there's still some other things that I gotta do to it. This thing ain't even done yet, bro. And we're just exploding. But, you know, I don't accept fake profiles. I don't push my name. We're starting to now. Obviously, that's the whole thing with Max and, you know, Evan and anybody else like them that do the stream casting for, you know, severe storm events, even high wind. Like, you know, Max has started to push through, and he's not. I really shouldn't say it on the live, but I'll say it. You know, if you were to ever see him, be like, bro, what are you talking about? Why you gotta talk about me like that? I tell him. I talk to him about it, but when he started, he was such a mouthy-ass little kid when he started, and I was like, you really gotta talk like that, bro? I mean, really, I should be the one to talk with all the cussing and swearing all the time, but we're just a small group, dude. We're just a small little chase team. You know, we got some cool little things about us. Like, I don't really ever, like, try and, like, make us, like, the, you know, subscribe and for weather reports. Like, you know, it's like every time all these other mainstream chasers are out here and they make a post, the first thing you see below their post is, you know, make sure that you subscribe and like and this and that. And it's like, you know, that's cool. And I get it, like, you know, y'all maybe not have jobs and stuff like that. But, like, dude, I work at a welding shop. Like, you know, we're trying to, like, pave our own path with this. And so I've been trying to stay out of, you know, signing the dotted lines. But like I said earlier, it doesn't always have to be like that. You can simply just take a stand for something, and, you know, whatever you believe in, as long as you stay true to your word, that is what you believe in. And so I've been able to talk myself in my head to, yes, this year we will try and work with Max Velocity and Evan Freiberger and maybe a few others, and, you know, Michigan Storm Chasers, and, you know, we'll do that type of stuff this year. And, you know, maybe there's some people that are watching, you know, that channel as I'm barreling through the trails trying to get people off, and, you know, they're getting their people, you know, to shelter and doing this and doing that, you know, like, you know, you just never know. You just never know. So, it's all about your effort. If you put, it's just like anything else in life. You know, if you put forth effort into something, you know, it pays off, bro. You know? And, you know, while we're doing this, we're trying to be a leader. And we're trying to, like, make a blueprint to where people, you know, can look at this and be like, okay, well, you know, if I want to be a storm chaser, like, this is like what I gotta do. You know, this isn't some big, huge, freaking free-for-all. Like, you know, I think a lot of these chasers are getting a little ahead of themselves. And, you know, we are like a big family. And it's because of the amount of dead people. And I'm just saying, like, I know this sounds, you know, maybe a little colorful or unprofessional, but, dude, we come across a lot of dead bodies every year, bro. You know, that one tornado in Rolla last year that Steven and I intercepted, like, dude, there were, I mean, not a lot, but it was more than 5 people that perished in that town, and that was a really violent tornado, dude. You know, we seen the power flashes from a distance, and then rolled in, and then continued to follow it, like, we were only rolling through to make sure that, you know, there was enough emergency vehicles, and that was our thing. You know, if there's a lot of fire trucks from, like, a lot of different, you know, departments, and there's a lot of different county sheriffs, just keep going. And, you know, if you're still on the cell, you know, stay on it, because there could be more towns that get hit even worse. You just never know. It could drop an EF3 and the next county over drop an EF5. You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. You know, that stuff is all whatever Mother Nature wants to do. And, I mean, like with us, we've seen Grand Blanc, bro. It was February 28th in Michigan, bro. We had snow, bro. We had an 1/8 of a mile wide EF3 tornado in the dead of winter. So, you know, I be trying to use, like, real life examples to try and, you know, preach people without sounding braggadocious. Yeah, again, I need to watch the swearing and all this and that, but, you know, it'll all come with time and all that. I'm worried about the real stuff. You know, like, I'm worried about, like, you know, how we move. Like, are we professional? Everybody swears, jeez. You know, Reed swears all the time. You know, swear jar. Brian on Reed's stream, Brian can swear just as much as I do sometimes, so can Connor and Freddie. You know, everybody does it. I would mention Vince, but we already know what we already know how that story's gonna end. You know, and it's nothing to, like, bash him either. Like, that's good. You know, Vince is, you know, he might get out there sometimes, like with the GFS stuff. You know, obviously. He probably, and Vince probably even seen it himself, like, yeah, man, damn it, you know, we did that, but, you know, Vince stands for stuff, so Vince doesn't really care, you know, it's different when it's like that. Yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be a cool year. I think it's going to be an awesome spring. I am ready for these, next few clipper systems to move through. Next stream, I think we're going to be about those things that we were saying, which the last few live streams have been pretty incredible, honestly. I know that one where we intercepted the high wind and the snow squalls. Like, dude, we had a lot of people watching that. Like, and I'm just trying to keep the viewers, you know. As long as people are seeing what we're doing and we're getting information out, dude, if people want to follow and subscribe, they can follow and subscribe. That's all on them. I literally only care about the word that's going out. If I say, hey, tornado, get somewhere now, and you see it and you do it, that's all I care about. I don't give a shit on no subscribe button. The fuck? That's why I work. like a big boy supposed to. Work at a welding shop, pour money into it, because it's fun, it's badass, and it's exciting, and as long as you follow the code, you know, you get to, you know, provide your public with, you know, service. I've always had an interest in storms and weather, and my mom and dad and I, we were talking about that too. Like, this is my happy spot in life, bro. Ain't going nowhere, son. You know, we've nestled in great. Never got greedy. Never got all ego-y. You know, hey, what's up? And we'll take the biggest L ever in life in order to stay away from it, even. You know, no cap. So, alright, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go probably get some food and actually continue to work on Project Mezzo in my apartment. As a matter of fact, we need to put some reflectives and we need to install the lights. That is today's. That is seriously, bro. Come on. Dude's trying to turn in. He's like literally pushing him with his soccer van into his parking spot. But alright, we're gonna get off of here, you guys. Get ready for maybe a PDS sunset next couple hours. So hopefully I can get some cool video. Alright, you guys, I'll talk to you later.